Hey there, guys. Coach Tim here. And I wanted to talk this morning about something that's been coming up on me lately, and something that, with some of the group members that I work with, people in our online training camps, things like that, I see the same sort of issue come up time and time again. And this is a mental issue that I think a lot of us go through. And the way that I want to approach this is to ask, how are you measuring success? Uh, we tend to all put our goals out there as far as what we would like to achieve. And sometimes when we're going after that goal, we get a little bit wrapped up in the end goal, the end destination. And so we lose sight of the journey along the way. And when we do this, we get stuck in negativity every time we look up and we see that we're not that much closer to our goal. We're not that much further along. And sometimes we even get into a point where we're actually trying to carry out somebody else's goals for us. They're not even our own particular priorities or the things that are most important to us. And so we're beating ourselves up for a journey that we haven't made for someone else that is dictating to us what it is that we're supposed to be doing. And we've adopted this into our own lifestyle, not even really aware of it. And so these are the sort of things that I want to cover today. So as I was mentioning just now, when you're measuring success, when you're measuring whether or not you're doing a good job, whether or not you're making progress towards your goals, first and foremost, is this based on goals that are actually important to you, or are these ones that have been given to you, or ones that you think you should do because that's what society's saying? This is an important distinction to make because we all tend to adopt certain things that society's put in our heads through the media, through magazines, through whatever we've seen put out there, or through what we've seen our friends go down and do. So we feel we should emulate what they're doing. They seem to have had some sort of success. And this could be in your career, this could be in your family life, this could be in your health and fitness. I'll give you an example of this. I have some specific goals for where I'd like to take my coaching business. And, I show up day after day doing specific activities, and there can be certain blocks of time where I'm doing the activities, but I'm not seeing a whole bunch of payoff on the other end, or, it doesn't seem like my business moved forward all that much that day. And then I'll look at the end goal of where I'd like it to be, where I'd like to be able to do this full time for a living. And I haven't gotten any closer financially to doing that. And so because I'm not to that financial place and I haven't made one step forward in that, I tend to view that day as a failure because I'm not there yet. I'm not at that end destination yet. That would be like running a marathon, and you just started, and you start running the marathon, and you got your head down. You're like, yeah, I'm really making some good strides. I'm driving. I'm just pushing it. I'm pushing it. And then you look up, and you realize, hey, I'm not anywhere closer to the finish line. I still have almost 26 miles to go. I'm not even halfway done with the first mile. And then taking the time after that to be like, I'm such a failure. I'm never going to get there. It's going to take forever. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Can you imagine a marathon runner actually completing a race that way? Or if he did, if he would even enjoy the fact that he got to the destination once he got there, he'd just be like, finally, glad that's over. So I state this to say that it's like we can get a little absurd in our expectations of what we're supposed to be coming down the pipeline. And this, what I just gave you, is a bit more of an example of the second piece of the pie that I was going to mention here, which is, are you giving yourself credit for the little things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis while you're moving towards your larger goal? I'll give you another example. If you are focusing on your health and fitness right now, and you have a specific weight goal, you've set a goal of what weight you'd like to be when you get to the end of your current regimen. And maybe you even have a timeline, and this is important too. It's like, okay, I'd like to lose 30 pounds by July 15th because I have a class reunion coming up and I want to look good for the class reunion, and I feel if I was at this particular weight that I will feel good about myself. I'll be able to fit into those those jeans I like so much, and it'll make me feel confident when I show up. And of course, all the things I'm talking about are more your emotional why, the things that emotionally connect you to your goal. So great, you've got a specific goal, you've got a specific date, you've got all of the elements put together. You get your workout program put together, you plan out your meals for the week, and you start doing it. You show up to do your workout, you eat healthy that day, next day, same thing, and you do this maybe several days in a row. And then at the end of the week, you get on the scale and you look and you didn't lose any weight, or maybe you only lost a pound, and you were really expecting it to be more like 5 pounds, or it was going to be a pretty significant change. You expected to be able to look in the mirror and see a drastic change in your waistline, that you were going to notice the differences and they were going to be very tangible. But a lot of times it doesn't work this way. A lot of times the weight loss starts off slow, or maybe because of the workouts you were doing, you've started to build some muscle, and so the scale's not showing the differences, but you are making changes. The mirror is not showing the differences because you see yourself in the mirror every single day. So the changes are always going to be incremental there. But somebody who hasn't seen you in a few months might come and see you and say, wow, you've lost some weight, because your body's starting to change composition. If you take your measurements every week, and we feel that this is often a better indicator of your success rather than the scale, because as I said, you may be adding muscle while you're losing fat, so you're replacing one type of your body with another. But that being said, if you measure your arms, your legs, your waist, everything that your chest, you'll notice that, hey, maybe I lost an inch up here, and I've lost maybe half an inch down here. And so you get a chance to see the progress, and you have these little milestones to celebrate. But if you go about it from a standpoint that every moment that you are not at your end goal is a failure, or you're at least impatient with the process, it's going to ruin the process for you and it's not going to allow you to bring the energy that you need to bring to that activity to actually bring it to fruition. And as I said before, in the marathon example, even if you do get to your end goal, it's going to feel kind of bittersweet. You're not going to have a big celebration of it because you're not going to have felt the momentum that led up to that. So this is where I want to really encourage you to take a close look at how you're measuring success. What is success to you? And then if you do have a big end goal in mind, take the additional time to map out a number of smaller milestones along the way. And I encourage you to do this, not only say your goal is a year down the road. So put together some monthly milestones, and then to bring it even further, put it into weekly milestones. And to bring it even further, bring it into daily milestones. Because the daily activities are what are going to get you to the weekly achievements, which are going to lead to the monthly achievements, which guess what? Are going to lead you to the year achievement, the big goal that you're looking to achieve. So it's about keeping that consistent pace, the consistent basis, and the only way we do this is by keeping ourselves encouraged day in, day out, by measuring success by the actions we brought forward, by the energy we brought into those actions. And if we just moved ourselves a little bit forward today, we took one step forward. It's like that great saying that you've probably heard many times, the old proverb, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Well, it not only begins with a single step, but it is achieved with a whole bunch of little single steps, and believing every time you take a step forward that you've moved a little bit closer to your end destination. So that's my message for you guys today. I would love to hear if there are specific methods that you use to keep yourself on track with your goals and to help yourself keep feeling successful even when it doesn't seem like a whole lot of progress is happening, to keep your attitude in the right place. So please share in the comments below. If you like this message, please subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Facebook. I've been doing a lot more daily posts on Facebook, live videos there, as well as mapping out my travel journey, how I stay in shape on the road. So if you're interested in following along with this, please check out the Revved Up Man page on Facebook. Link is in the description box below. I thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week.